But even though they were warned that this was probably unconstitutional, the Arizona Legislature passed this rule. They signed the bill. The governor, Doug Ducey, signed the bill into law on July 6th. And it makes it now a crime to get within 8 feet of police officers and film them, which you're in public in most instances. There are a couple of loopholes. Like if it says the bill was amended, it didn't originally have this, to include an exception if the driver is filming a traffic stop. And the bubble was whittled down to 8 feet before it reached the Senate. There's also an exception for those filming on their own property, but an officer can still order the person recording to leave the area if law enforcement officer determines the person is interfering in the law enforcement activity. So they're basically saying you get within 8 feet of a cop. Now I picture cops like coming at you, like, you don't get too close. Like all of a sudden, and there's like teeth to this law. They can arrest you for it and throw you behind bars. That to me seems blatantly unconstitutional, yet somehow it gets passed.
Well, there's nothing stopping the legislature from passing unconstitutional laws. Frankly, they do it all the time. That's what the courts are there for, is to balance it out and declare it to be unconstitutional. But they know going in.
Checks and balances.
You just learned.
What's that cartoon that teaches you all that?
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock. Welcome to Schoolhouse Rock. But this has obviously been challenged before, where there was actually a case here in Orlando where Orlando Police Department got sued, and I think they paid like $10,000 because they arrested a guy and smashed his phone because he was recording something. And typically, as long as you're not interfering in their investigation, you can record. And frankly, now basically every officer in the state of Florida has body cam footage on them as well.
Sure,
so
they're recording you.
What's the harm in somebody else recording as long as they're not interfering? This, they're trying to basically say, we can basically give them teeth to arrest somebody if they deem them to be interfering or being within 8 feet, essentially, which obviously, if there's an ongoing arrest and people are moving around, let's say there's a fight downtown and people, as we know, pull out their cameras and start recording, officers come too close to them, now you're getting arrested for recording the fight, even though you weren't involved in the